Greetings, welcome to the channel. I'm Eddie Set Go, and in this video we're going to look at some of the biking gear that I have in the garage, the biking gear that I'm wearing in my videos. Some of you have been asking about what jacket I've got on or what gloves I'm wearing, so I thought I'd make a quick kit video just going through the gear that I have to answer those questions, and perhaps you want to go out and look at versions for yourself. It's worth noting that some of the gear that I have may be discontinued, so I will be putting links to the up-to-date versions of the kit in the description below. So here we go. What biking gear do I have? Let's go through the list. Okay, so up first we have a pair of gloves. These are Alpinestars alloy glove. Now these are quite a summer lightweight glove. These are actually 10 years old, these gloves, believe it or not. The modern equivalent of these particular gloves, I believe, are the Alpinestars Celer glove. There's a picture of them there should be, and there's a link in the description below. These cost about £70, about the same price as when I bought these gloves. But essentially, yeah, these are an urban, light work glove. They're a short glove. They have some very good armor on the knuckles. There's a nice bit of flex in the glove itself, and there's some padding across the top of the fingers. But what I don't like about these gloves, why I don't really wear them anymore, especially when I'm riding the bigger bikes now, is you can probably see in the fingers there's actually lots of air holes, great for ventilation, but if I'm putting my hands out, there's not a lot of protection on the fingers to stop abrasion, so I've stopped wearing those. I actually do use these for other things like airsofting and paintballing. They're quite cool gloves, and they're still in pretty good condition. So yeah, the Alpinestars Celer gloves is probably the up-to-date version of these, and they're lightweight summer glove. There's no waterproofing in it, so they will get wet, they will get damp, but they're fantastically made, and I have no doubt that the Celer gloves you're seeing now are also so well made by Alpinestars. So yeah, big fan of Alpinestars as a brand. They do make good quality gear. Next up we have something which is often overlooked in motorcycling gear, and that is what you're wearing around your neck. Some people wear a scarf. Most of us wear what we call a necky, but this is actually by a brand called Buff. You might have heard of them. They do a lot of adventure outdoor gear, headwear and neckwear, and it's essentially just obviously a tube of cloth, of fabric. It's slightly stretchy, it protects against UV, it's moisture wicking, all of those technical terms. I've worn this for several things like hiking, and I always wear this on the bike as well to protect my neck against things flying in, stones, insects, that kind of thing. So there is a link to the Buff website, and they retail for about £20. They're really well made, and it's just something you can wash, keep in your bike cupboard and stick it over your head. Next up we have one of those things that I'm so glad I bought. It cost me all of £10 for a pair of RST motorcycling socks. You can get these on Sportsbikeshop here in the UK for about £10. Absolute bargain. Keep your legs and your feet toasty warm, and they're great for riding with boots. When you're wearing a boot, and if the boot goes above the sock, they can kind of itch and rub against your skin, can't they? But these are great, nice long RST Sportsbikeshop socks, and yeah, really worth the money. So always worth investing in a decent pair of biking socks. There is a link in the description below for those of you in the UK if you want to get a pair of these awesome socks. Up next we have another pair of gloves. Now these gloves have replaced the alloy gloves that I have in terms of function. So these are the Alpinestars Corozal Gloves. So as you can see, they're another short cuff glove. They're not the full gauntlet, and these particular gloves have the DryStar membrane in. So these are fully waterproof short cuff gloves that I use pretty much in most videos, especially when I'm wearing my blue leather jacket. You'll probably see these gloves on my hands when I'm wearing the blue leather jacket. The reason I got these and not a full gauntlet one is the cuffs on my leather jacket tend to kind of collide with the cuff of whatever glove I'm wearing, so I wanted a short cuff glove to kind of go under and be a bit more compatible with the blue leather jacket that I have. So these are the Alpinestars Corozal Glove. They have a thermal lining in them as well, and obviously the DryStar membrane, so you can use them pretty much all year round. I'd say these are more of a 3-season kind of glove. In the winter you do want to have heated grips, or perhaps even maybe a silk liner inside with your hands as well for extra layer of warmth. In terms of pricing, they cost about £80 to £90 here in the UK, so maybe $100 in the US, Canada. Really well made, lots of protection across the knuckles. Lots of padding in all the right places on the thumb, the back of the thumb, on top of the knuckles. It has the Alpinestars kind of, the extra bit of fabric kind of adjoining the third finger and the pinky finger together for extra bit of support. There's lots of extra leather down the side of the glove if you're going to go into a slide. Really do rate these gloves. And you've got a Velcro stretchy fastening around the cuff. So pretty much most of my videos I will be wearing these gloves. Really do rate them. These are the Alpinestars Corozal Glove. There is a version 2 of these gloves out now. I will put a link in the description below to have a look at those. Up next we have a pair of biking shoes, urban style biking shoes. Now I'm not quite sure what model these shoes are. I do know they're made from Alpinestars. I've had them for about 11 years now and they're still going strong. They're a little bit worn. As you can see, the laces have broken on one side. I do recall I pulled up to a junction one day. I was riding my R6 and I went to put my left foot down and this got caught, the loop got caught in the gear selector. I was about to completely fall over and I managed just to use my strength and kind of break the laces and get my foot down. But yeah, these are my Alpinestars shoes. They do need updating now. If I'm doing a bit more faster riding, I'll wear more of a comprehensive boot that comes up to the thigh. They're not very comfortable anymore, but again, Alpinestars, 11 years old, they're still going strong. So if you do know what model these are, then please drop a comment below. It'd be great to know. Up next we have jeans, biking jeans. I wear these pretty much all the time. These are my Bullet motorcycle jeans, as you can see. I've had these for, again, quite a few years now. They're still going strong. They've worn absolutely fantastically. There's a bit of wear on some of the seams, but everything is still holding together well. These have a 100% polyester lining with Covec in all the right places, around the butt area, around the hips, around the knees. I believe when I bought these were called the Italian slim fit style Bullet jeans. Bullet now do a number of jean options you can buy, and I will be buying Bullet jeans again. I think they're really well made. Next up we have another pair of gloves. Again, you need a glove for every situation, and these are essentially my sporty, also track day gloves. These are my Alpinestars SP8s. Now, I think Alpinestars now are on version 3 of the SP8. They cost about £90 here in the UK. Highly rate these gloves. They're not waterproof. They're more of a summer kind of glove, but a sport focused glove with armor in all the right places, and they're a great deal, really. Just £90. They've got armor padding in the knuckles, across the fingers. There's lots of extra padding across the palm of the hand, back of the thumb. You've also got the supportive stitching between the third finger and the pinky finger. Full gauntlet, designed to go with a more sport focused jacket. But yes, the Alpinestars SP8s, if I need a track focused, sporty focused gloves, for £90 I will be buying another pair of SP8s. They're currently on version 3 of the SP8, so I will put a link in the description below if you'd like to have a look at the current SP8s from Alpinestars. Up next is one of my jackets, and this is my Alpinestars GP Pro Jacket. This is essentially my going faster / track day jacket. Alpinestars is currently on the GP Pro version 2. It retails for about £500, but it is a phenomenal sport focused jacket with armor in all the right places. We've got the plastic armor on the shoulders and on the elbows. The fit is fantastic. I do recommend that you go and try one of these jackets on before you buy online. Perhaps it is worth going in because the chest can be quite snug, the arms can be quite snug. This particular GP Pro jacket, I don't think it's for sale anymore. You can pick up some versions on eBay. Wholly worth it in terms of a sport focused jacket. I'm very pleased with this. It's still going strong. It just needs a bit of a clean up, really. But other than that, this is my GP Pro Alpinestars race jacket. I'll put a link in the description below for the version 2. Next up we have another pair of gloves. As a motorcyclist, you can never have too many gloves. You need a glove for all situations, don't you? And these ones are fantastic. These are Alpinestars 365 gore-tex gloves, fully waterproof, full gauntlet gloves. I've had these for several years. They're wearing fantastically. They keep my hands super warm and super dry in all situations. I mainly wear these when I'm wearing more sport focused jackets which have a shorter cuff to get the gauntlets over, but when I do, these are great. They have lots of Velcro adaptions. These aren't really available anymore. I think they are discontinued by Alpinestars. They have been replaced by, I think they're called the M56s, the Alpinestars M56. They retail currently for about £90, so I will put a link in the description description to look at those. The M56 gloves don't have the gore-tex liner in them like the 365s do, but they do have the DryStar membrane, which is Alpinestars' coveted, waterproofing technology. So the M56 from Alpinestars, there is a link in the description below if you'd like to have a look at those. Next up, we have a pair of boots. Now, these boots are my waterproofing style boots. If it's raining outside, I'll often wear these boots. These are by a brand called Bulson. I got these boots as a hand-me-down from my dad. He actually didn't have need for them anymore. I'm not really familiar with Bulson as a brand, but the boots are not too bad, really. It's a few years old. There's a bit of wear in places. Some of the seams are a bit iffy, but other than that, very super comfortable. Keep your legs super warm and actually super dry. I've never had a problem with any water getting into the boots in the rain, and they've worn fairly well. So yes, if you are looking for a boot and you come across Bulson boots and you might think there's a bit of a bargain on eBay perhaps, then I would highly recommend these. I found a link on eBay for a pair at £60, so yeah, not bad. Bulson motorcycle boots, waterproof. Yeah, do you have a pair of Bulson boots? Have you had any good or bad experiences with them? Please drop a comment below, let me know. Next up, we have the jacket that I get a lot of questions asked about, and it's the blue leather jacket you'll see in most of my videos. This is the Rika, or Richa, however you'd like to pronounce it, the Rika Daytona leather motorcycle jacket. Now, Rika don't actually make the Daytona anymore, but they do make the Daytona version 2. There is a link in the description below to find that jacket. There is armor in the back, as I say, in the shoulders and the elbows, all the right places, and there is a zipper connector if you'd like to connect some leather jeans to it as well. There's even a removable thermal liner, which is really well fitted as well. It's a kind of more of a vest thermal liner, so it doesn't go down the arms and get kind of cluttery down the arms. But yeah, this is an awesome jacket that's so durable, and get a bit of leather cleaner on this, it buffs right up really nice. The jacket, this Daytona jacket, which you can get a few on eBay now, did come in a variety of colors, including black, red, the blue, and yes, the version 2 of the Daytona is now out. You can buy it from Richa for about £300 here in the UK, so maybe $350 US, Canada. I wholly recommend this jacket. I love this jacket. It fits just right. The actual neck bit doesn't really come fully across my neck now, but I've never really bothered with that. It's kept me mostly dry in most weathers, and I feel super safe in it. And it looks quite cool as well. It is a cool looking jacket, I must admit. So there you have the Rika Daytona jacket, which I'm wearing in most of my videos. Wholly worth it. If you're looking for a nice, modern, retro looking, cool looking jacket, then yeah, check out the Rika line. Up next is a bit of waterproofing. Now, this is my Oxford Rain Seal overcoat. That's probably the best way to describe it. There is no armor in this particular jacket. It is purely a waterproof raincoat for wearing on the bike. It's a bit of a hassle, which I found lately, putting my leather jacket on, then putting this over it, then having to put my gloves on and try and get the cuffs, the elasticated cuffs of this over my gloves. I've also got the matching trousers to go with this, and again, full-on thunderstorms, this keeps me absolutely bone dry. If you're looking for a very cost-effective way to stay dry on the bike, the Oxford Rain Seal line is really worth looking at. I recently, though, did a day at Triumph, testing a few bikes, and I was hopping on and off the bikes, and I did find it quite cumbersome to take this off, put my jacket on. It was just so I have actually got a new all-season jacket coming, which I'll do a reveal video of that. But in the meantime, the Oxford Rain Seal, you can't go wrong. It's so cost-effective and keeps you bone dry. If you are looking for something to keep the water off, Oxford Rain Seal line is worth looking at. Last but not least is the helmet that you see pretty much in all of the videos that I'm shooting at the moment, and that is my very trusty AGV K3. Now, this particular model of helmet has been discontinued by AGV. It has been superseded by the K1, which has a number of updates and upgrades over the K3. I've got nothing but good things to say about this helmet. It has served me very well over the past 3-4 years. The big gripe I have with the particular helmet is you can't remove the cheek pads unless I'm not pulling hard enough, but I really don't believe you can pull the cheek pads out of the K3. You can pull the top part of the head padding out and give that a good wash, but it's all quite fixed, and it's quite a budget entry-level motorcycle helmet. A number of vents at the front, at the top. It has exhaust ports at the back of the spoiler to let the airflow kind of go through the helmet and keep your head cool. The exciting thing is, this will be near the last video that you see with me riding with the K3. And that is because my K3 is being retired and it will be replaced by a new helmet, which is in this box. I'm not going to reveal it in this video. I'm going to make a special unboxing video because I'm super excited about this helmet. So yeah, stay tuned if you'd like to see a new helmet video. Will be coming up very soon. But as I said, the K3 is the helmet that I've been using over the past few years. Come rain or shine, nothing but good things to say about this helmet. If you see a brand new bargain on eBay, one of these, and for an entry-level motorcycle helmet, you really can't go wrong. So there you have a quick walk through the biking gear that I have, that I'm wearing in the videos, with links in the description below for all the up-to-date versions of that gear. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below. I'll do my very best to get those questions answered for you. If you have any experiences with any of the gear that you've seen, then please, again, drop them below, share your stories. There will be new helmet and new jacket update videos coming very soon, so keep your eye out for those. And in the meantime, if you have enjoyed this quick video, give it a thumbs up to support the channel. If you're new around here, then please make sure to subscribe to see weekly motorcycle news, reviews, and content. I've been Eddie Set Go. Hope you ride safe and stay safe. I'll see you next time.